I am a member of the Nana tribe. Hollywood uses non-natives to portray me in movies.
Indian boys do not kiss Indian girls.
Darkwing with Lou Diamond Phillips. He betrays Navajo Tribal Police when he's not really Navajo Tribal Police. You know, there's a lot of movies out there, and the real old movies, like when they had Geronimo. What was it with? That was with Burt Reynolds playing a Native American. So if I see someone playing a native when they're not native, I don't want to watch it. So I won't watch the movie.
So have you seen that movie Wind Talkers?
Wind Talkers, yeah, with Nicolas Cage and everything. Yeah, that's one movie that they really portrayed, and you know, because we all natives went to that movie when it wasn't really about natives. It was about Nicolas Cage being a hero, saving the Wind Talkers, and that wasn't right. You know, so I give that thumbs down, that movie.
How did it make you feel to see, what's his name? Adam Beach, who is not a Navajo. How did it make you feel to see him playing a Navajo character?
You know, I felt as though he should have been playing his own tribe, and we should have had a Native American there, like maybe James and Ernie playing the Navajo, you know. But then, you know, and the producer was probably, or the director was a Chinese guy and everything. So that's why they don't realize that, you know, it's like you say a Navajo should play their own kind, because it's hard for, you know, we kind of have boundaries between other tribes and everything. So, you know, if I, as a, you know, a Navajo play a Ute part, I think the Utes would get upset me playing a Navajo. So.
Charlie, yate. Yate.
In some cases it does. It depends on how it's being portrayed and what movies it's in, I guess, and how. In some cases you can tell if it. I guess it's by who it's made by, because sometimes it's made by natives and they show more of a realistic perspective, and others, like from a white person perspective, it is kind of offensive in some ways.
You know, like they have like No Todd Dene up here, and everybody thinks it's a really big trading post company, and everybody thinks that it's owned by like a Native person, and it's not. You know, and they make a lot of money off of Native American culture, just like every other, you know, Native American shop around here isn't owned by any Native Americans at all. Then even when you go to Four Corners, you know, which is like what, 15, 16 miles from here, you know, they're amazed to find that people don't still live in teepees. They don't ride horses, you know, with, you know, as a mode of transportation or anything like that. I think they're pretty surprised to find that out, and I think that because of Hollywood and because of, you know, all these other stereotypes, that they believe that we still live that way, and we don't. Well, I mean, I don't know why they would even think that. They forced us to not live that way, so I don't know why they would think that we still do.
Not knowing fully myself, understanding myself, I may have actually tried to copy the Hollywood version or whatever, because myself as a young adolescent didn't know myself, you know. And I mean, I looked at my dad as, I didn't look at him as, oh my gosh, I'm living with an Indian. I didn't even know he was an Indian. I didn't even think about it until people started, you know, oh, you're Indian, you're Indian. I'm thinking, okay, yeah. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, okay. You know, but I didn't think anything about it when I was growing up and little. You know, people making fun of you because you're you know, a mixed culture. You know, I didn't even know why they had such a problem, because I went home and saw my mom and my dad, and that was my mom and my dad, and I didn't know any difference until I got bigger and people, you know, started saying this and saying that and saying, you know, you gotta be like this or you gotta be like that. You know, then you get all these things in your mind and you start wondering yourself. So until you grow into your own person and realize that you know, you're just a human being and you are who you are, no matter, you can't, you know, let people tell you what you should be or what you should be doing. You just live your life the way you see fit and what makes you happy, and be who you are. Don't matter You know, if you're Native American, if you're white, you're black, Hispanic, it don't matter. It matters who you are inside, and if you're satisfied with who you are, that's all that matters.
I think that we should communicate more as a friend level, and that we should become, as individuals, show how we are and how our culture and our tribes play a role in our daily living. I don't think that it should be in a classroom. Like, education on our history is fine, but like, education on anybody's history is fine that way. But like, if you really want to get to know someone, you have to start becoming their friend. Like, I have most of my close friends here are Navajo, and I've become like well aware of their cultures, and like we just communicate and we just talk about each other and how different and how we're similar. So I think all just communication and friendship.
In Indian is a proud person. He understands a lot of things. He's smart. He's got to be smart to survive in today's life and culture and still maintain his religion, his culture, and language. And so you got to be in both sides. He said. So, if you're going to do it, you better do it right and show people that you're just as good as anybody else.
You know, they do have a place in history that is not being told, and they have their heroes, they have their victims, they have their people who victimize. Like I said, they're just like all of the rest of us. And I think compared to what I learned as a kid, we didn't really learn in our history books much about anything about the Native American people. It was after I became a grown woman, and I'm up in my years now, that I just began to learn things, and that's being presented to the people that should have been presented a long time ago, so children could understand that the Native American people has a place in history that is not savage, that is not a drunken Indian, that is not every girl out of the teepee is a princess, because they are mothers, they are fathers, they are children, they are aunts, they are uncles, they are grandparents. They pass stories down, and they are, like I said, they're just like my people, the white people. And so I think if people could, we could really get to know each other and see each other as just being human beings, then I think things would be better.
Mike Tiguban, Tirtawai Tere, Tawatste, Totawai Tiwabu Quake, Vain, Mike in Munivichu Chayan, to go over the Mapa, Mawat and Nuts and Pupa Rane, Pupa, Puat Noquay Tigakan, Pupa Ro Pagane Chetu Movan, Akat Mumuchu Micro, Pupam Rovak, Aidapam Rovak, Mawatan Butchugo Vakuro, Pumayam Ekapan, Pumayam Awivan. Pinocchio yan, nanusho rakaro Pinocchio, Mayro rat patro mawatero Mike, Ayak Servana Monivs in mine, and Mamuson Mark Nikitayan, Bokayak Chetuga Verdam, Agar Pupak Ranet Yamawat Mum, Megan Sakura, Toyak Sera, Vana Mike, no we can even Vam Karin my Pio, Ayak Servana Mike.